So now Om Namaste everybody. Today's 1 hour class is Sampower Yoga Chill. I'm going to ensure that you have some breathing, that you will have a stretch, but it's the pace that's really important here. So just sitting yourselves up on your blocks ready. I'm going to do Anuloma Viloma with you first. Okay, so take a nice deep breath, everybody. Inhale. And a nice slow breath out through the nose. And again, inhale. And this time blow out really slowly through the mouth for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently close your eyes for a moment. Continue to breathe calmly and steadily. Before we start our practice today, we've been dedicating our practice to something, someone, some purpose. And with the world at the moment, 2020 being a year of enormous change, a lot of pain, a lot of positive kindness, as well as, well, we know what's been going on in the world these last week. And I'd like to just spend a moment dedicating that practice. And you can also dedicate it to yourself if you're going through anything particularly hard at the moment. Be really, really, really kind and passionate to yourself. It's utterly pointless trying to be that for others when you simply don't understand how important it is to be kind and compassionate to yourself. You will change your thoughts by changing how you feel about yourself. So I know what I'm going to dedicate my practice to, all the people suffering at the moment, and sending them as much love as I can from my little place right here in the heart. So when you breathe in, just breathe in really positive love. And as you breathe out, send it out to the world. Send it out because you make a difference. Allow the tension to drop away from the body. Soften your face and your jaw. Anything you're carrying in your shoulders, let it drop, but not forward. Think about that burden dropping backwards and away into the past. If you drop your shoulders forward, then you bring the burden with you. I want you to think about letting the burden drop into the past and letting it go. Think about drawing your energy up from the crown of the head, up towards the heavens and above. And with your hands in Chin Mudra, first finger and thumb together, just draw your elbows back towards your waist. This is going to encourage you to open up your heart center. And our focus, as ever, has been over the last few days, gratitude. Start with Anuloma Viloma. So keeping your left hand in Chin Mudra, first finger and thumb together, I'd like you to block off your right nostril with your right thumb and pull the first 2 fingers in. So remember to just draw those first 2 fingers in against the palm and then bring the thumb to the nose. You'll notice that the elbow is level, just slightly lower than the shoulder, but not forward. You need to listen to instructions, close your eyes gently, soften the jaw, and the lips remain closed. Let's begin by strongly exhaling out through that left nostril. And I want you to slightly close the back of the throat to create that Ujjayi breath. You should be able to hear it in the back of the throat. And inhale deeply for 4, 2, 3, 4. Closing off both nostrils, retain the breath. Remember to use your thumb and last 2 fingers to close off those nostrils. And here you're holding prana life force, ki, chi in every cell and nerve of the body. Exhale to the right for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale deeply to the right for 4, 2, 3, 4. Retain the breath. Exhale to the left for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale left for 4, 2, 3, 4. Retain the breath. Exhale to the right for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right for 4. Realign your spine. Retain the breath, pinching those nostrils closed. Keep the lips softly closed. Spine long. Exhale to the left for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last round. Inhale deeply for 4, 2, 3, 4. Retain your breath. Exhale to the right for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right for 4, 2, 3, 4. Retain your breath. Exhale to the left for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just release the hand back down towards your thigh. Take a long, deep breath in. And a nice big sigh. And if your back wants to collapse because it feels it needs to, then let that happen. Today's about listening to the body before you come back to an uplifted position. Inhale, sweep the arms up. You can open your eyes now, look to your fingertips. You're going to exhale to the right, holding onto the knee. Your fingers at the back are just supporting you as you twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist around to the left. And come back into prayer. Placing the hands on your thighs, just around the knees. Inhale. And we're going to bring the left shoulder to the right knee. You can bring your head down as well. Inhale back to center. Support yourselves with your hands. Exhale. Opposite shoulder to knee. And come back to sitting. Inhale, arms lifted. Exhale, forward fold. Now here, really pull the tummy in towards the spine. Think about your sit bones reaching for the floor. Really stretch out. Feel those shoulder blades really stretching. Intercostal muscles extending. And taking the block away, just pop it somewhere out of the way. And then come up onto your knees. Now we're coming so that our fingers are, as ever, about 2 inches from the front of the mat. I'd like you to look at your fingers and think about a clock face and all the points of the clock in a circle. So think about your middle finger pointing straight ahead. And the shoulders are sat over the wrists. Palms really pressed into the palms, the mat, sorry. I want you to really be mindful of everything that you're doing today. Inhale, tailbone and chin up. Cow pose, and as you exhale, really push down into the mat, into the cat. So here, tailbone tucked under, chin to jaw. Inhale, tailbone and chin up. Keep pressing those arms, keep them nice and straight. Tuck that tailbone under, really press the chin to the chest. Inhale, back to neutral. Slowly tuck your toes under. And as you exhale, mindfully press back into the heels. Keep that spine long, keep the tailbone long. Think about the arms as really powerful and strong here. as you suck the belly back into the spine. We're going to walk our feet now right through the toes to the heels. And if you're not quite sure what you're doing at this point, please do look at me. It's absolutely fine to continue trying to understand what we're doing and then pressing back through those heels. We're coming back down onto our knees. We're going to sit back, take one leg forward, it doesn't matter which one, and coming up to stand. Really stretch the arms. So here you can see my arms are extended, my fingers are dynamic. They're really coming to the energy through the body. And inhale, swinging the arms. This is quite loose now. It needs to feel relaxed through the joints of the knees, ankles, hips, shoulders. That's lovely. And as you stretch, really spread those fingers. Think about that clock face. Push the hips forward so that you naturally look up towards the sky. And exhale into Namaste. Now looking at your hands, make sure the thumbs are crossed because this will help you reach forward. Coming into Surya Namaskar. Allow the hands to come down into Tadasana, opening across the shoulders. Nice long back. Think about your tailbone reaching down. Arms should feel relaxed. Inhale. Exhale, Namaste, crossing those thumbs. Inhale, reach forward to push back. Energize the thighs, squeeze the buttocks. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, crown to toes. Inhale, step back with your right leg. Now ease forward into the hips as you arch your back. Retain the breath as you stretch back into a strong plank pose. Really squeeze the arms, buttocks, torso. Exhale your knees. Now stick your bottom out just like the cow pose. Bring those elbows in, chin to floor. Inhale, push forward with your toes. Separate the heels. Really push up through the arms. Tuck your toes under. Feet together. Press back down dog. Good work. Inhale, step forward. Right leg. Now remember, you can drop the knees to the floor before you step forward. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, reach forward through your chin and chest. And today we're going to take our arms forward to really encourage that arch back. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, step back with your left leg. Again, ease forward into the hips. Retain the breath as you step back into plank. Now really think about straight body. Exhale your knees, stick your chin and chest out as you fold forward, chin to floor. Using your feet, slide along the mat, push up through those arms. Tuck your toes under, feet together. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now again, remember what I said, you can drop your knees here to step forward through the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, tail, chin, really reach up. Keeping the arms forward today. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, right leg back. Now really ease into the hips, everybody. Retain your breath as you step back into a really strong pose. Lead from the crown of the head. Exhale your knees, but not your hips. Chest and chin, elbows in. Inhale, push forward into Cobra, Bhujangasana. Tuck your toes under, down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right leg forward, knee down, chest lifted. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. We're going to take our hands forward today. So it really encourages us to push those hips forward. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, left leg back. Again, really think about sinking deep into the hips. Retain your breath, strong plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, push forward into Cobra, reach up through the arms. Tuck your toes under, press back down dog. I'm going to hold this for 2 full breaths, everybody. Just keep thinking about breathing and lengthening. Those ears remain lined up with the upper arms. Thighs beautifully pulled up. Ankles relaxed and released towards the mat. Now, if you need to drop your knees, you do that here to step forward. Inhale, left leg forward, knee down, chest lifted. Exhale, forward fold. Really pull the tummy in. Press the hands to the mat. You can bend your knees if you need to. Now we're reaching forward today, so think about lifting your chin, chest, and then the arms right by the ears. Now push the hips forward and exhale. Namaste. Breathe. Taking a nice, deep, wide, extended leg position now. So it's ideal if the mat is facing me if possible. Don't worry if it's not, because you can see me by looking from the side. Energize the thighs. Make sure your feet are pointing straight ahead. Thighs lifted, tailbone long. Inhale, reach the arms up and reach forward. Now here we're going to do an extended dog pose. So if you've not done this before, you walk your hands quite far forward till you feel like your hips are coming towards the front of the mat. That's great. And then you're going to press back. So you're really opening up your shoulders, really strengthening and lengthening through the tailbone. For those of you who've never done this before, just turn to the side so you know what it looks like. Walk forward quite a long way, so you can see how my hips are quite in front of my feet, and then I'm going to push back to open that chest. And just keep breathing. Make sure everything is very mindful. Spread those fingers, press the palm firmly into your mat. Think about keeping those thighs lifted, and then don't tuck your tailbone under. Really think about pushing that tailbone up. Beautiful. Walk your hands back and taking hold of the ankles, stretch out the spine. So you might end up with your hands on the shins like this and just reach out. Taking the arms to the side, deep breath in, and you're going to turn to your right leg, holding onto your ankles, and just bring the side of your opposite cheek towards your knees. Just breathe. And then come back to center. We're going to do that on the other leg as well, so I'll just turn around. And going towards your left leg. Deep breath in. And turn and twist. Feeling an enormous stretch through the ribs. Using the breath. Close your eyes whenever you can when you're holding postures, even when you're moving through. Inhale, come back to center. Turn the palms up as you slowly and surely come back to standing. And into Namaste. Just soften your knees. Soften your hands just to take some of the heat away from the thighs. And extending again. Inhale, arms to the side, ready for triangle pose. Lifting the ball of the right foot, 1. Rotate on the heel, 2. And lower, 3. Don't let your hips sink at the front. Keep pressing them down. Shoulders over hips. Down the right arm. Inhale, extend. Grip hold of your foot, ankle or shin, depending on how flexible you are. Don't let that knee bend. Push the hips forward. And then turn to look at your thumb. If you've got any neck problems, please continue to look down. Breathe. Lift the back of the head, don't let it drop back. Inhale, reach up and over into extended triangle pose. You need a beautiful straight line here. Don't let your arms bend. There's no bends in this series. Looking down, inhale to come up and hands on the hips. Inhale and into warrior two. So keeping the hands on the hips for now. Shoulders facing forward. Breathe. Exhale. And breathe. And exhale. Straighten that front leg. Turn it back to parallel. Soften the knees and the hands and just keep the heat out of the body. That's lovely, everybody. We're going to do the other side now. So inhale, make sure those arms really are shoulder height. Squeeze the buttocks. Left side. Inhale, lift the ball of the foot. Rotate on the heel and lower. Making sure that foot is pointing directly along your mat and slightly pull those back toes in if you need to. Looking down the arm. Inhale to reach. We're either going to grip the foot, ankle or shin, but the most important thing is that leg remains straight. Keep looking down, push the hips towards me to open the chest, and then when you're ready, if it's appropriate, turn your head to look at the thumb, which should, at this point, be hovering over your face. Now don't make the fingers soft. Think about stretching them but not tensing them. Think about energy reaching to the floor and up towards the sky as well. Inhale, lift, and we're coming into extended triangle pose. And make sure that you're not collapsing. Keep lengthening through the fingers. Don't let your head drop. Keep the ear by the inside of the arm. Keep those thighs really beautifully lifted. Get to breathe. Turn the head down and to come up. Bring the hands onto the pelvis here. Keep the head turned. Deep breath in. And we're just going to bend that front leg. Nothing happens to the upper body. It stayed exactly where it was. You just bent the front leg into warrior two. There should be nice and relaxed in the shoulders. So inhale, roll them forward and down just to check they really are chilled. These hands are soft, the arms are soft. The power is in the lower body. Inhale and extend the leg. And we're going to come back to center. Just bring yourself back, nicely bending those knees. And we're going to shake the legs out. Every time you do some work today, I want you to let go of the tension in between, so you're really conscious that we have to use tension, but we need to let it go. So we're going to just turn our feet out today for the next exercise, which is again to open up through the ribs and to twist, semi-twist the spine. You're going to bend the knees, trying to keep as straight a back as possible, and we're just going to hold at the end of the thigh towards the knee. The hands are turned inwards. That's it, and just drop. So we're going to inhale. As you exhale, bring your left shoulder to the right knee. Inhale up. Exhale the other side, so your head's coming down as well. Don't forget to keep those hips level with the knees. Inhale back to center. Shoulders are really relaxed here. Exhale into center. And exhale to the other side. And back to center. And stretch. Okay, bringing your legs together. We're going to come into our tree pose. So knees are soft. Inhale, reach down to the ankle, focus your eyes. Inhale to lift and press that foot into the thigh. Now, if you find this difficult, you might like to do this version. Just bring it to the ankle and down if you find it difficult. If you feel ready, bring your hands into prayer. Continue to think about crossing those thumbs, lengthening the tailbone, chest open. Inhale, reach forward to come up, pinch just behind the ears. Breathe. Focus your eyes on one spot. Steady mind, steady pose, calm breath. And we're going to take the foot over. Inhale, open the lotus. Exhale, close the lotus. You keep your little finger and thumb together. Inhale, open the lotus. Exhale, close the lotus. One more time. Inhale, open the lotus. Exhale, close the lotus. And bring the feet back together. Other side. So this time, making sure again your feet, legs, body feels soft. You should feel nice and soft today. You're going to reach down to that left ankle. Inhale, lift that heel as high as you can into the groin. If you need to hold this foot, then you can always just do half a prayer. Half a prayer is better than no prayer. For those who feel comfortable, bring both palms together to Namaste, crossing the thumbs. Focus your eyes. Steady mind, steady pose. Inhale, reach forward, try and straighten those arms, pinching just behind the ears. Breathe. Today is all about mindfulness, being present, letting go. Good. And coming down. The arms are just going to take the foot over. So it's as if you cross right at the top of the legs. Breathe. Now bring the palms together. Make sure your little fingers and thumbs are touching and your fingers are spread for the lotus. Inhale, the lotus, open. Exhale, palms together, close the lotus. Inhale, open the lotus. Exhale, close the lotus. Last time. Inhale, open the lotus. Exhale, close the lotus. And just bring your feet together. Going to take our left leg behind the right and lower ourselves to the floor. Now, if you need to take your hands down to do that, then fine. Otherwise, just bring your thumbs like this to the third eye, spreading the fingers, and lower to the floor. And we're going to be ready for our twist series. We're going to do it slightly differently today. Everything's about ease and comfort in the body. So we're going to bring our knees together, bringing our heels as close as is comfortable towards our body. What I don't want to do or see you do is collapse like this. So you might need to take your feet away a little bit to be able to keep that straight spine. And I'm really holding my knees quite firmly at the front. We're going to inhale, swap the hands over. So you're going to take the left to the right and you're going to hug the knees and take the other arm behind you. Now keep the arm straight and keep the fingers, that includes your thumb, pushing into the mat. Breathe in. As you exhale, turn from the waist, really use your hands here to look over that right shoulder. Close your eyes and we're going to hold for 2 full breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, back to center. Now here, the 2 hands are gripping the front of the knee. And as you exhale, you're going to tuck your tailbone right under, chin to chest, stretch those arms so that you really feel the back releasing and push yourselves back up to the original position. I'm going to do the same to the other side now. I'm going to face the front just in case you weren't sure about the hands. So take a deep breath in. We're going to swap over. So we're going to take the right to the left and using our fingertips to push to the back. That's lovely. Okay, good. So inhale. And as you exhale, turn to the left, Just use those fingertips to push you up. So I don't want you leaning into the hands. I want you to use those fingers to push you up. Keep the knees together and turn from the waist. Close your eyes. I'm going to breathe in and out. And in and out. Inhale, bring the arms back. So you've got one hand in front of each knee. And as you exhale, you're going to tuck the tailbone right under, stretch the arms, keep the chin pressed into that chest to release the tension, and inhale back to sitting. That's beautiful. Well done, everybody. And now we're going to open our knees out to the side. Now, if we still need a block, or we'd like to use the block to sit on, just to help us a little bit more with our lower back or our knees and hips, then it's entirely up to you. So if you're going to use the block, remember to sit on the first third. You're going to open the soles of the feet, just like a book. Pushing the little toes up towards us. Heels may come apart, that's absolutely fine. What's really important is getting the heels as close to you as possible. So if you need to lift yourselves up, move yourselves forward, then please just take your time to do that. Now, keeping a beautifully lifted spine, what we don't want is shoulders here. So inhale and press those shoulders down, lift the heart center, and using your arms, pull those feet towards you, and that will encourage a lovely lifted spine. Close our eyes. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, squeeze the buttocks and press the knees to the floor. Keep breathing naturally as you squeeze the buttocks, press the knees down, and keep pulling the soles of the feet towards you, keeping that beautifully lifted spine. Hold for a little bit longer. Here we're stretching and strengthening at the same time. Just think about the crown lifting to the sky, the spine rooting into the earth, and those knees drawing you in two different directions. It's called a butterfly, and you can see why. And relax those knees and buttocks. Pop your hands under your knees and take a deep breath, and slowly bring those knees together. Just wrap your arms up, completely relax, drop your head towards your knees, release any tension in the shoulders, the hips, or the lower back. This is a completely chilled position. The counter pose to Bhadrasana, the cobbler pose that you've just done. And release. I'm going to take the right leg out to the side and pull the left heel in. Keeping the toes lifted towards you. If you need a strap, because this is quite challenging for you, take your strap and put it around the ball of the foot, and then you're just going to hold like this with one hand. So if that's you, just get yourselves ready. Always have your strap nearby if you know that you need it. The rest of us are going to put the first two fingers only around the big toe. Inhale, take your other arm towards your toe. Inhale. Now lift right up to that top corner. Think about that arm pulling you up. So don't collapse like this at this point. I want you to really stretch, a slight twist in the body here, and breathe. Now as you exhale, bend the elbow, take your arm over to stretch the side of the body. Now we're all going to be very different here. This practice is not about judging. You're not going to judge yourselves. You're not going to judge anybody else. You're just going to enjoy letting your body extend and breathe. Close your eyes and just keep working. Remember that your in-breath is a preparation. Your out-breath is an extension. Inhale, stretch up, go back to that original corner. Lifting through the heart, and exhale into Namaste. Popping your hand under the knee, gently draw it in. That was so good, everybody. Going to do the same to the other side. So extending your leg. Again, if you need to use a strap, then remember to put it around the ball of the foot and hold both straps with that one hand. Here we go. So make sure that sit bones are sat beautifully. Again, Again, those blocks can still be used. First two fingers around the big toe, please, and pull towards you. Inhale, reach that right arm to the left, and then a big circle, half circle, right up to the top corner of the room. There's a slight twist in the body here, and as you exhale, you're going to bend that elbow and bend it towards me. And then if you can touch your toes, that's great, but don't worry if you can't. If you can't, just think about stretching like this rather than collapsing. That's lovely. Now think about the turn from the waist. And that elbow at the top should think about going backwards rather than collapsing over your face. So just close your eyes and breathe. Remember to breathe in slowly and breathe out even slower. Breathe in slowly and breathe out even slower. Inhale to come up, and again we're going to go back to the original corner right up there, and exhale into prayer. Popping your hand underneath the knee, you're going to gently draw it together. So just sitting comfortably here, we're going to wrap our arms up and just drop down. And I want you to do 4 circles in one direction. Think about the top of your head making a big circle on the ceiling, or the back of the head even. So just nice big circles, thinking about the back of the head, painting a big circle on the ceiling. Nice and slowly. And again, don't forget to just release tension through the shoulders. The spine is actually collapsed here and your eyes are closed. So when you've done 4 in one direction, reverse and do 4 in the other. Remember that everything is about the breath, synchronized with the movements. And come to sit. And just release the arms. Got to lie down this time. So turning, making sure your feet are towards the end of your mat. I want you to push your hands absolutely down into the earth here. So you'll notice my wrists are just by those hip flexors here. So we're going to push down and pull the toes towards us. Press down into Dandasana, stick pose. This is really going to help you stretch your spine, strengthen. You should look perfectly gorgeous here in this stick pose, Dandasana, and lower yourself back to the floor. Pointing the toes, reach forward with the arms, and you're going to lower yourself to the floor vertebrae by vertebrae. And the only way to do this is to tuck your tailbone under, push the chin to the chest, and really squeeze those buttocks as you lower yourself. Now I'm sure you're all getting so much better at this than when you first arrived a few weeks ago. Okay, good. So just work yourself, make sure you're comfortable on your mat. Here we go. So we're going to bring the right knee up. Bending the knee, foot's nice and soft, link your fingers together. The other leg is relaxed. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, you're going to stick your chin to your knee. So not your forehead, you're going to stick your chin to your knee. Inhale, lower your head. Raise the leg, pushing the heel up, and slowly exhale down. 2, 3, 4. Bending the left knee. Link the fingers together at the front. Inhale. Exhale, stick the chin to the knee. Inhale, lower your head and raise your leg at the same time. And exhale slowly down. 2, 3, 4. This time we're going to raise the right leg. So inhale, raise the right leg, keeping the heel pushed up. Now either hold around your calf or the back of your leg, around the thigh, not the knee, everybody. So whichever one's right for you, you're going to exhale and bring your forehead towards your knee. Inhale, lower your head. And exhale the leg down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, left leg, push the heel up. 2, 3. Now you're going to either hold around the calf and ankle or behind the thigh, but not the knee. Exhale, forehead to the knee. Keep the other leg nice and relaxed. Inhale, lower your back. And exhale really slowly by keeping your chin tucked in. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to bring the feet together like this and just lift the bottom up slightly. And then we're going to pop the hands underneath, just at the lower part of your legs. So it's not going to be on, you're not going to sit with your buttocks on your hands. Palms are down like this, fingers pointing towards each other, and they're going to be at the top of your legs. So if I sit up so I can show you, the hands are going to be looking like this. So that when we do double leg raises in a minute, you're not going to put a strain on your belly or your back. So just slightly lifting your knees and buttocks, just bring your hands underneath, fingers pointing towards each other, and your elbows are out to the side. Flex your feet, tuck your chin in. Now really press the lower back into the floor. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the chin tucked in and keep pressing the lower back into the floor as you lower. 2, 3, 4. Anybody with a really bad back, then obviously keep the knees bent and push up, and then bend and slide to the floor. The rest of us, keep the toes pushed up, lower back pressed into the floor, chin tucked in. Here we go. Inhale, up, 2, 3, 4, and lower down, 2, 3, 4, and lift up, 2, 3, 4, and lower, 2, 3, 4. Just release your hands, palms up, feet apart, and just literally rock your hips. Deep breathing, just rock them to take any tension out of the hips and the lower back, and release. Okay, we're going to bend the left knee up, and taking the right leg up, we're going to bend and place the foot down the thigh. That's it. Here we go. So we're going to lift the left foot up, pop the hand underneath the thigh, and slowly pulling it towards us, bring the forehead to the knee, and lower. Next stage is to extend that left leg, holding either onto the ankles or behind the thigh. Deep breath in. Exhale, forehead to the knee. Inhale, lower the head. I'm pressing the palms flat into the floor. Chin tucked in, you're going to lower the leg, 2, 3, 4. So what we did there was really stretch that right hip and of course the lower back. Swapping the legs over, we're going to keep the right leg bent this time. Inhale, lift the left. And bending the knee so that it's to the side, we're going to bring the foot to the thigh like this. That's great. Okay, inhale. As you exhale, pop your hands under the thighs. That's it. And as you exhale, bring the forehead to the knee. Oh, this is such a lovely stretch for the lower back. Inhale, lower the back. And stretch the leg up to the ceiling. Taking hold of the back of the thigh or the ankle, whichever's right for you. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring the forehead to the knee. Inhale, lower the back. And pressing the palms flat into the floor. Use your tummy muscle, chin tucked in. Keep the leg energized, lower down slowly. 2, 3, 4. And then release both legs. Palms up, shoulders drawn away, and just again rocking those hips. Just rock the hips. That's lovely. Bring the knees together. And we're just going to rock backwards and forwards. Bringing the feet to the floor each time. About 3 times. And come to sitting position. I'm going to do a really mild back bend. So just bring our hands to the front of the mat. Just come up onto your knees. And we're just going to walk our knees a little further back than we normally would. And I want you to also look at your knees and make sure they're not pulled together and they're not too wide. They should be about 6 inches apart and a little bit further back than normal. So instead of pulling them in, you're going to take them a little bit further back than normal and keep your shoulders right over those wrists. Okay, we're going to push back into the heels. So the arms really stretch our back. And inhale back. Good. And exhale and press back. And inhale back. One last time. Inhale. Really push back. So your hands don't move. Your hips reach back. Knees are apart. And back. Now from here, we're going to just let our hips drop forward, keeping the arms straight, heels pressed, open, outside edge of the feet, pressed into the mat. Now you really need to squeeze your buttocks here. Don't collapse your neck like this. I want you to push into the floor as if you were lifting yourself out of the swimming pool. And then lift the knees if you can. And lower. Deep breath in. Lift the knees. And lower. Last time, lift the knees and lower. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, press right back through those heels. Nice wide knees, everybody. Toes pointing towards each other. And just rest your forehead on the floor. Rest those hands, those shoulders. If you're finding it difficult to rest your arms, then just fold them and let the forehead come to those forearms. And just bringing yourselves up to a sitting position. We're going to do a seated balance now. So bringing your feet to the floor. And again, we've done a lot of this knees beautifully straight back today. Passive and yet dynamic. Just linking your fingers together like this around your knees. You're going to just take your weight back so that your feet are just coming off the floor. And then link the fingers underneath. So again, they're linked like this underneath your knees. Think about not collapsing your shoulders. Keep pulling out. Think about a tortoise, lifting the neck right out of its shell. These feet are quite relaxed at the moment. Inhale, extend the right leg up, pushing the heel up. And exhale down. Inhale, left leg up. And exhale down. Inhale, both legs up. Think about using your tummy muscles. And exhale down. Let's repeat that again. Inhale, right leg up. And exhale down. Inhale, left leg up. And exhale down. Inhale, both legs up. And for those who can, see if you can just release your hands and bring them up. Hold if you can. If you can't, just keep holding behind your legs and then cross your legs and open up. Okay, just sitting in a comfortable position. We're going to stretch that back out again. So inhaling. Let's take that left shoulder to the right and really sort of collapse into it. Bring your head down towards the knee. You're stretching out your quadratus lumborum. There's 4 muscles that stretch from the pelvis to the lower ribs and to the other side. Inhale to center, exhale to the right. Inhale to center and exhale to the left. and back to center. Now I'm going to turn my back to you and I'm going to put my head at the front of the mat so that you can see what I'm doing. If I do it sideways, you probably won't. So I'm going to turn and we're going to do some supine twists before we relax. So I'm going to bring my head to the end of the mat and lowering myself, as always, with great care towards the mat. I'll move down a little bit so you can see. So taking the arms out to the side, you should be able to see me by just turning your head. We're going to bend both knees. Now I want you to bring the knees really in close to you so your feet are off the mat. Take a deep breath in. And we're going to turn to the right. So taking your legs over to the right and your head to the left. And just close your eyes for a moment and just let the body do the work. I don't want you to strain or stretch. I just want you to release into it. Now, if your knees don't do what you want them to do or they can't relax, just pop your right hand around those knees. Again, if you're not quite sure, always have a quick look at me. That's great. And inhale back to center. Always bring your head back to center as well. Feel the low back on the floor. Inhale, exhale and twist. This time to your left and make sure your head goes to the right because your next part of your spine. If you need to hold on to your knees, then do so. And if you feel you know what you're doing, you can close your eyes and just breathe. Good work. Inhale back to center. And this time I'm going to stretch the legs up. Lower the legs to the right, head to the left. And again, you can just hold your feet here or take your arms around the legs. If you can hold on to your feet, that's great. Just make sure your head's gone into the other direction and see if you can really, really relax through the waist here. Let the body do the work. Let the mind relax. Okay, bend the knees before you bring them back to center. Inhale, extend the legs up, think about your heels. Feet together, turn your head away to the right and take your legs over. Now really use your tummy muscles, but remember you're using all the muscles around the waist, transverse abdomini, your inner and outer obliques. Think about allowing the tension to leave the body. If you need to hold your legs, then that's fine. If you can hold your feet, that's great as well. Every out breath, you should try and let go a little bit more. Think about the tension you're holding in your hips. Every now and then, take a deep breath and a big sigh. You can do that anytime through your practice. That's lovely. Okay, bending our knees before we bring them up. We're going to stretch to the ceiling. Now, for those who can, you're going to take your first two fingers around the big toe. And then we're going to open our legs out to the side. Now, if you simply can't do that, that's fine. Pop your hands on the inside of your legs, just about here, just around the knee, just slightly below possibly, or above. Remember never to really grip onto your knees. And slowly open up your legs. Now try and keep them as straight as you can, and then just use your hands to gently press. If you can hold on to your toes, then that's great. Just pull them down. Or you can hold on to your feet if it's easier and press down. I find it easier to hold on to my whole foot. Try and keep the legs as straight as you can, either way, whether you're pressing gently like this or using some more effort through the feet. Eyes are closed and just breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and out. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. That's lovely, everybody. Releasing your feet, pop your hands this way under the knees. Not on top like this, but underneath. Bend the knees and just pull them together. Now I want you to cross your ankles like this, knees slightly apart. You can take your arms back behind you, or you can hold on to your knees. You hold on to your knees, just make nice circular movements, 4 in one direction, 4 in the other. If you decide to take your arms back, then it's the same thing. You're going to make nice circles, but do remember to keep your ankles crossed and your knees apart. So whichever version you're doing, or in one direction, then reverse. What you're doing here is massaging those SI joints, massaging your lower back, because it has actually worked, even if it's felt quite nice, it has worked. Okay, just bringing the knees in gently. Okay, just popping your feet on the floor. Now I want them quite wide, so you can see here it's about mat width apart. And take the arms back and squeeze and lift the pelvis. So I'm going to turn to the side now so that you can see. So you can see that it's almost mat width apart. We've done a lot of curling, so now we just want to open up in the other way. Put those shoulders right down the spine and just lift and keep pushing up, pushing up. And then inhale, bring the arms up to the sky and press down into the mat. Now roll your shoulders under. That's lovely. Keep breathing, keep pushing through the legs and lower. Keep the pelvis tucked under, buttocks squeeze as you gently lower to the floor. And then just bring the soles of the feet together, knees open to the side into goddess pose. And here you can either just rest your hands on your lower abdomen or keeping the arms bent, relax behind you. And we're just going to hold here for a few breaths with your eyes closed. Breathing into the belly, abdominal breathing. And as we breathe out, feel the navel drop towards the spine. If this is uncomfortable for you, then of course bring your knees up. Take your feet wider and just let your knees drop in. So that's anyone whose back's feeling a little bit worked or overworked. It's entirely up to you. Remember, this is your practice, it's not mine, it's yours. Eyes are closed. Now, after a practice like this, you should feel no agitation in the body. It should not feel overworked. It should just feel loose. Okay, now you can either stay there or bring your hands down under the knees, just pull them together and extend the legs, ready for Shavasana. So taking your legs nice and wide, totally relaxed. Again, if your back's hurting, then keep those knees bent nice and wide and let the knees drop towards them, each other. So it's really important at this stage that you do what you want. Now, if you want to just keep warm, I've got myself a blanket here. And I'm going to cover myself up. So if it's something you want to do in the future, always make sure you've got a blanket quite close to you. And never forget to lower vertebrae by vertebrae. Always consider your back. Okay. So if you want to get a jumper or blanket, anything that's just going to make you feel really chilled and relaxed to this last part of your chill out session. Palms, if they can just turn up towards the sky, chin tucked in. Settle yourselves down. If your face is feeling at all tense, you know that that tiny little smile on your lips is going to relax. I mean, honestly, by the time I've got to this point, I feel really great, and I've got a smile on my face anyway. Okay, everybody, eyes closed. Just bring your intention back to your practice. Remind yourself that this is for you, that without being kind and compassionate to yourself, we can't truly be kind and compassionate to others. And love from your heart, sending that out to the world. What you learn is what you can give. My toes and feet are relaxed. My ankles and my calves are completely relaxed. My knees and my thighs are relaxed. My hips and lower back are completely relaxed. My middle and upper back are relaxed. My internal organs, heart and lungs are completely relaxed. My shoulders and arms are relaxed. My hands and my fingers are completely relaxed. My neck and throat are relaxed. My chin and jaw are completely relaxed. My mouth and my tongue relaxed. My nose, cheeks and ears are completely relaxed. My eyes and forehead are relaxed. My head and scalp are completely relaxed. My mind and my body are relaxed. My mind and my body are completely relaxed. I'm at peace, peace, peace. Om Shanti, 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 Om. Om. Keeping your eyes closed, for those of you that need to leave the practice this evening, this afternoon, this morning, whenever you're doing your practice, then you can just begin to move your toes and your fingers and roll your head from side to side. For those of you who'd like to stay exactly where you are, then just stay exactly as you are. And although we'll finish the practice in a moment, you can finish when you are ready. So if you're feeling so comfortable and so warm and so relaxed that you don't want to move, then please don't. And for the rest of us, don't forget to give yourselves a really deep stretch. Nice deep breath before you bend your knees. And you need to roll over to your left side if you've got low blood pressure. This will just stimulate the heart so that you don't feel dizzy when you come to sit. For those of us with normal blood pressure, roll to the right, bring your palms together underneath your face with your knees bent, and just stay there for a moment before you come to sit. There's no hurry, just take your time. And when you do feel ready, just press up against the floor with your hand to come to sit. So if you're still relaxing, you will be able to hear us just finish our practice with 3 arms together. The eyes closed. Nice deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Before you open your eyes, just recognize how you're feeling. Calm, warm, centered, focused. This is your natural state of being. Om Namaste. Om Namaste. Everybody, I will see some of you on Sunday morning. I absolutely hope you loved that, because I feel great. And I've recorded it for you, so I'm going to send it to you. Ellie, that's the kind of class I'd like you to do for your practical. Okay, so I just need you to love what you do. Okay, it's really important. Love you all. See you Sunday morning. The rest of you, I'll see you next week. And we'll probably do a very similar class. Thank you so much for being here. Have a lovely week, and I'll see you next week, or I'll see you Sunday.
Thank you.
Om Namaste.
Thank you.
You.